Good evening. Welcome to the Black Conservative Voice with David Colbert here on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth. Well, Election Day is tomorrow. We will find out who wins the presidency. Will President Donald J. Trump be reelected, or will we elect our doom, Joe Biden? I know who I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we will reelect President Donald J. Trump, so we can keep on this successful road to our future. And I hope we also maintain the House control. We control the House and maintain the lead in the Senate. Senate race, they say, could result be a delay in some of the Senate races because, of course, the pollsters, they're always coming out with negative things. They're saying that there may be a lot of runoffs because of such close races. Well, I don't know. We'll see about that. The pollsters are up to their misinformation once again. They're saying the number of races are so close that 80% is an 80% chance that Democrats could take control of the Senate anywhere from 48 to 57 seats. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, in the meantime, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said he believes the GOP has a 50-50 shot at maintaining control of the upper chamber. He's been very clear and very optimistic, which is good. I don't see anything that they've necessarily done wrong in this issue, other than the fact that those under them, the majority leader has been a real pain in the rear end, Mr. Chuck Schumer. But it's going to be an exciting race. It's going to be exciting to find out who finally wins different seats in Congress, whether Nancy Pelosi has to go back home and retire finally, which I'm hoping and praying will happen. Whether Chuck Schumer, too, may be out. So, we'll see what is going on. A lot of the Senate are coming up for re-election. The last re-election was in 2014. Of course, the pollsters were saying certain ones are going to win. But the fact of the matter is a lot of the polls are exaggerated. A lot of the polls are put out by the fake news and fake media, people who are just pumping the numbers up to push the liberal objective, which is to turn this into a socialist country. Now, I've also read that a lot of people say that they have not even been polled. And those people, most of them are Republicans. They're conservatives. They have not been polled. They say nobody contacted them about any polls. So, just as the Democrats always like to do, it's always a partisan thing. So it's a one-sided poll, which most of them are. Just like when they said in 2016 that Hillary Clinton was ahead of President Trump by, about 97%, and all he was going to get was 3% of the vote. And I believe he won with 279 electoral votes under his belt. So that kind of tells you how good they are at polling. Not very good at all. Well, so we look for what's going to be going on that day. Texas and different states are preparing for possible unrest during the election because to me right now it's very clear that President Donald J. Trump is going to be reelected, the 45th president of the United States of these America. Now, if he doesn't, that's actually going to be, it's just judging by what we're seeing actually in the actual real people and individuals, not some poll. It looks to me like Donald Trump is pulling a lot of people. As far as I've heard recently, that he also pulled a lot more Latinos for Trump. So the Latino for Trump movement has grown exponentially during this election. And I'm noticing even in my own neighborhoods, now all of a sudden the Trump signs are coming out. The sleeping giant has arisen. I see Trump signs everywhere, Trump flags everywhere. They were hiding them for a while, I believe, to prevent people from attacking their homes with all this foolishness from Antifa and BLM. So they were protecting themselves by not showing forth what they were actually going to do on their properties. And I can't blame them. I put out a Trump sign early on, and they told me I need to set the sign further back because every time I would put it out, somebody would steal it, tear it up, or whatever. So that shows you the kind of foolishness that's going on in this country we're in right now. And Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they're still having very tiny turnouts. To me, that's telling me, well, who's for you? Who is really for you? If nobody's coming out, and the walkaway movement of the Democrats Party is getting larger. A lot of Democrats are walking away from the party because they see a Nancy Pelosi that is trying to destroy the American people. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about your rent. She don't care about the bills that you have to pay. All she cares about is delay, delay, delay. But if you elect President Trump, he already told you. And this is something he has the right to do. He can say it. He said, you elect me, we're going to get that stimulus put through. And if you put us in control of the House of Representatives, we will get some type of stimulus package passed, especially for the American people. So we need to get out and vote, people, on tomorrow. I've already early voted. I think a lot of Republicans, conservatives already early voted. But we have some more news coming up. But we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with you in a moment here on the Black Conservative Voice with David Colbert here on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth.
To every single mother, every small business owner, every farmer, every cancer survivor, and every woman out there who has ever been put down by the establishment, it's time to stand up. On November 3rd, we need you to write in Ola Hawatma on the ballot under New York 19th Congressional. Make history in the New York 19th District with the first woman to win by a write-in. Don't just vote. Make history on November 3rd, 2020. Write in Ola Hawatma.
Dr. Melinda Morris supports a strong economy, safe neighborhoods, limited property taxes, and promotes an improved education system. Dr. Melinda Morris wants to improve access and insurance coverage for medical care. Dr. Morris is pro-life and will support right-to-life legislation in Austin. Dr. Morris will remain true to her values when she is elected to office. She is going to Austin to promote life, prosperity, and personal freedom for the constituents of Senate District 13.
Welcome back. You're watching the Black Conservative Voice with David Colbert here on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth. Washington, D.C. prepares for election unrest. Police in Washington, D.C. have planned to establish a no parking zone for the majority of downtown streets on election night. Mayor Bowser stated measures are aimed to ensure the city's safety. She added that the officials were prepared for the worst, as she believes some residents would likely cause mayhem in their city. Many small businesses, this is sad, but many small businesses in Washington, D.C. are preparing for possible destructive activities by boarding up their stores, their windows, their doors, hiring special security to watch out for their property. And I can't blame them. So many people have lost their businesses, their livelihoods in this foolish pandemic in the first place. And then on top of that, with Antifa and BLM, and the fact of the matter that the Democrats never said anything about them wearing masks or not wearing masks, or they're just protesting peacefully. Yeah, destroying our cities here in America. You call that peaceful protest. Such foolishness. But many small businesses are tired of it. I don't blame them. You know, I'm tired of it too. And I'm hoping and praying when President Trump gets back into office, he will call out the National Guard declare a state of emergency in this country and start ending all this foolishness and destruction in our city. And the people that are doing it are the very people who need help. They need help. Some of them emotionally and mentally. Out on our streets screaming, yelling profanities and everything. I don't understand. I guess I'll never understand that one. What's the need to be using profanity? If you're going to talk to somebody intelligently. Why are you cursing at people just to get your supposed point across? To me, my mom used to always say, only idiots do a lot of cursing because they can't get themselves together in their mind to speak the words that they need to say to get their point across. And this is why you see in Congress a lot of time with the Democrat Party so busy saying, I got to speak. Well, you asked me the question. I can't answer the question. And we're going to hopefully, if we can take the House back over, maybe we could end some of this foolishness. You're talking to people, asking them questions, and I won't give them a chance to answer the question. This I've seen too much this year. It's very frustrating. I'm not even in the people's position, but I'm looking like, good gracious, they can't even say anything unless the Republicans give them the opportunity to speak. The Democrat Party is far left, way far left, and they are rude. Let's say it, people. They are rude. R-U-D-E. They are rude. It is very rude to ask somebody a question and then cut them off when they want to answer the question. Like, I don't want to hear that. Shut up, I'm talking. And this is what I heard for months in Congress. When they're questioning people about impeachment or some other farce that they're putting together. And please, in California, vote that stupid Adam Schiff out of office. He is already talking about bringing up some more impeachment garbage to waste more of the taxpayers' money. Vote him out. Put the Republicans back in charge of the House of Representatives so we can move on in this country. Those of you who voted him in the first place, shame on you. Look what happened. We wasted all this time, wasted all this money on a bunch of foolishness just to try to unseat President Trump, who is a duly elected president. Okay, we're moving into tomorrow when we come up for our election. And many of you already know that it's going to be a difficult time. But there's some exciting things happening in the world today. And this to me as a help to refute this foolish thing called systemic racism. This is not a racist system. The New York Police Department named its first black woman to chief of patrol on this past Thursday. Chief Juanita Holmes makes history as the highest ranking African American woman in NYPD. In the history, the first African American woman made chief of the uniform patrol. I've been her work, and the chief is speaking, the commissioner is speaking, I'm sorry. I've seen her work up close. I've seen her leadership skills, stated NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea. I can't tell you that she has walked the walk and she talks the talk. Amen. Holmes will oversee most of the department's uniformed officers patrolling the city. And one day, hopefully, she will be the commissioner and keep things in order there as well. During a press conference, Holmes said she was humbled and honored to continue to serve the people of New York City, New York. In every role, she says, I think I played in this department was equality, fairness, and transparency have always been at the very heart of what I do, noted Holmes. Congratulations, Chief Holmes, on your accomplishment as the new chief of police, I believe, chief of patrol there in New York City. We thank you for your service. It is a difficult thing to be a police officer. We look at veterans and we thank them for their service. And we say, thank you for your service. Yeah, we look at our police officers and we curse at them, call them pigs, call them cops, call them racists or whatever you want to say. but they are heroes too. They put their life on the line every day for you and me. They're not out to get you. They're out to protect you. So we're going to take a short break right now, and we'll be right back with you here on the Black Conservative Voice with David Colbert on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth.
I'm Greg Raths. As a veteran, current council member, local businessman, I know our community. As your congressman, I'll fight to reduce healthcare costs, keep our cities safe, and our communities healthy. Our jobs protected, our economy growing, and our nation defended. Orange County is a wonderful place to live, work, and raise a family, but together we can make it even better.
Vote Greg Raths for Congress.
I'm Greg Raths, and I approve this message.
When I started this run, I was just a mom helping other women become gainfully employed through my nonprofit. But when I saw the trash, the despair, and the corruption, I knew the people of District 7 needed someone that truly cared to represent them. I want to fix the school system, create jobs, revive the port, and improve your quality of life. I want to create the Great Baltimore comeback. I want this district to thrive again. I want to represent you.
I'm Kim Klasick. I approve this message, paid for by Kim Klasick for Congress.
Welcome back. You're watching the Black Conservative Voice here on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth. Well, Hunter Biden's business partner, he was interviewed by the FBI, and he gave his statements before the last, the presidential debate. But guess what? The mainstream media is completely ignoring the issue. They are completely ignoring Hunter Biden's former business partner. Here we go again, people. Who wants to deal with corrupt media and corrupt people? And it's like that's all we're seeing in our day and time. A lot of corruption. People willing to do illegal things just to get their way. And the media is no exception. We cannot promote illegality just to protect this person or protect that person. They don't try to protect President Donald J. Trump, although everything they pretty much accuse him of has been a big lie. You know anything else about the tax issues, do you know? Because he's already addressed that before. He addressed it at the beginning. But who wants to show their personal information to people in the first place? He's a citizen as well. I can see after the fact when he's out of office, or when he's when he's in office, you might want to look at his paperwork or whatever. But he paid his taxes. He said he's paid millions of dollars of taxes. And somebody comes out and reports he only paid $700 and some this year in taxes. You know, it's foolishness. They try to get you to believe that Donald Trump is after your money. He don't need your money. He was a billionaire before he came in there. He actually lost money running for president. And even getting into office, he's lost money. But did he take a salary? No, he still doesn't take any money from the country. Yet the Republicans, not the Republicans, but the Democrats are stealing taxpayer money, wasting it on garbage legislation, garbage things that are hurting our country, and trying to create a socialist agenda in this country. They wasted our taxpayer money. They were in job to do an office back in December last year, and they wasted the whole month of December and several months before that trying to impeach a duly elected president. And people, let me tell you something. We look at people a lot of the times, we think, well, you know, they're for us, they're for the poor people. You know that President Obama is filthy rich. Do you know that? Have you ever bothered to look into it? Oh, you poor people. He don't give a hoot about the poor people. He's not black either. And people have told you that his mother was a white lady. Nothing wrong with white people, but his mother was. He's not, according to something I heard recently, of course, this person, they call it a hate speech because he said that Obama's mother was white and you go after the mother to determine the race of the child. I don't see anything wrong with that. Seeing the fact that Kamala Harris' mom is Indian, from India. And her dad isn't even from Africa. So, is she African? No. She's not fully black either. So why are we on this systemic racism kick? Neither one of them have been reported, have been discriminated against. Both of them had successful careers before they came into these offices. I didn't see them in no jobs where they weren't making any money, where they were struggling. Maybe when she was a baby, something she remembers. When she went to college, she did successfully. President Obama went to college. He was a college professor. How many of you out there, African Americans, are college professors? How many of you went to Harvard? How many of you can go into Harvard or get into Harvard? A lot of us don't have the money, but Obama did. Yeah, he did. Everybody's looking at President Trump. He's rich, but he's not taking any money from the government. He said, donate to charity. Give me $1. Yeah, we continue to say, oh, these rich white people, I don't know what we're going to do with them. Well, if you're that mad about rich white people, then get mad at Nancy Pelosi. She's holding up your stimulus money, and she's filthy rich as well. Look at her history. You think she's poor. She got thousands of homeless people defecating and urinating on the streets of San Francisco while she sits in her mansion and relaxes and goes gets her hair done when she tells you to stay away from the hair salons. Through Governor Gavin Newsom, another one that needs to be taken out of office. Telling churches they can't go to church, but he's telling bars and strip joints and everything else that they can open up. Games, whatever. They can have games, but don't you go to church. Don't you gather together in a church. Not if you're 6 feet apart. And please don't sing. Don't praise God. Give me a break. They need to get his butt out of office. And as I stated in my earlier program, they are working to do that right now. They already have 500,000 signatures from Californians to get his butt taken out of office. We'll see how that turns out. And hopefully Jay Sekulow will help them with that in their litigation to get him out of office. Well, mainstream media, like I said once again, is not reporting about Tony Bobulinski. They are saying it again, trying to hide the truth about the Biden family and their crime organization. The GOP senators have said they do not plan to subpoena Hunter Biden over his foreign business dealings for now. And I believe that's true. And I believe that if they did it, it would be suicide for them in their campaigns, because what the Democrats would do is say they're trying to attack this man during the election. Look at those Republicans. They're doing this, they're doing that, which they ain't even looking at themselves. I tell them, turn and look in the mirror. You're the one that's trying to persecute President Donald J. Trump doing the amendment. Oh, you can't have a Supreme Court justice. Well, guess what? We have a new Supreme Court justice, and her name is Amy Coney Barrett, and she is a conservative. Hallelujah. 6-3 majority. What do you say to that, Democrats? Yeah, you want to pack the court. You want to get some more judges in there so you can even the numbers in your favor. Good luck on that one. During separate interviews on Sunday, Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, and Senator Ron Johnson, Republican from Wisconsin, both expressed a reluctance to have Joe Biden's son testify at this time. Of course, no, we are focusing right now on the election. No, they don't want to have him testify because it's going to be made out to look like the Republicans are the evil ones. They're the ones that are causing the problems. Yes, the same lies that they've been telling. I mean, I don't know if you're dead in your mind. If you're voting for Joe Biden, you're obviously asleep. You are freaking asleep. He's taking Trump credit for everything President Trump has done, talking about we're going to bring back America better. That's the stupidest saying I've seen, especially since America's already coming back from this pandemic. 11.8 million jobs have been recreated in this time. My business is even returning. So tell me what President Trump hasn't done. for the African American people, destroyed black colleges, Asians, African American unemployment numbers are still going back down once again. People, please wake up, vote on tomorrow for President Donald J. Trump and every Republican you can get your hands onto to vote for. They don't have to be perfect, but the head of that party is President Trump. If they ain't got it right, he'll get them in line. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with you in a moment here on the Black Conservative Voice.
Hunter Biden joined the board of a corrupt Ukrainian energy company for over $80,000 a month while Joe Biden was vice president. In China, Hunter joined the board of a private equity company funded by the state-controlled Bank of China. In Romania, Hunter Biden represented a businessman convicted of massive corruption. The question is not why Hunter Biden used his name to get these gigs. It's why Joe Biden let him do it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to the Black Conservative Voice here on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth. If you want to advertise on our station, we have very low rates for your business, especially I speak a lot of people in insurance, in real estate, in the credit repair business. This is the program for you. This is the program for you to advertise on. Contact us through the email at the bottom of the screen, and we'll send you out a package so that you can sign some contracts, so that you can start supporting CTM News, the voice of truth. We're here to bring the truth. We are not hiding stories just because we disagree with them. We're not hiding a story. Whatever we're saying, we're going to bring it out. And if they say wrong, then they said wrong. I'll tell you about it, but I'll tell you what my point of view is. But you can do whatever you want to do about it. But I'm not going to hide the truth, nor I'm going to hide the fact of these things that have been going on with Tony Bobulinski, the associate with Hunter Biden. Well, I want to thank you once again for joining us here on the Black Conservative Voice with David Colbert. And I hope you join me tomorrow. We may be back, I think we may be back tomorrow on Election Day, maybe a little earlier, because I think we're going to have a conversation, a little back and forth show with our station director. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We had talked about it. We wanted to come on, a bunch of us, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow here on the CTM News Network, the voice of truth. And I want to say what I always like to say. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless the world. Until next time, this is David Colbert saying good night and God bless.